Today's plan is to install a wireless charging cradle in the car. The only thing that we will have to code is change options 6 and S for 6 and W. So what we have here, it's our cable that we created with the plug that we found in one of the wire loops that we had, and just some random wire here. Now we bought these terminals to just change them on a regular coaxial cable. This will go connected to the wireless unit in the head and the armrest, and this part goes connected in here. This one fits no problem in here, it's all good. But the other side, one goes to the roof antenna and the other one goes plugged in here. But as you can see, we have these two things, and this unit has these tabs on the opposite side, which means that this does not fit. So what we need to do is basically trim out these two things here and see how it goes. We're gonna just remove these 4 screws here in the corners and then just shave those out with just an X-Acto knife or something like that. And there we go. So this has nothing much really in here. I don't even really know what this does. It's kind of interesting to see that there's not. Alright, well, I guess this does have some sort of function, but it's just an empty. There's gotta be something more that we definitely don't see, but I guess we just have to, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this. Anyway, let's get on with what we were doing and let's just shave these things off. Okay, so we're gonna use just a Dremel tool to shave these things off, and we're gonna just start by slowly chipping this out. Okay, so we take this end and voila, there we go, we have connection. So we're just gonna trim this a little bit better so it fits all the way in. After that, I think we're done. All right, perfect. Now we hear the click, so now we know that it's perfectly in place. All right, so let's put this back together and let's go install in the car. So here we are once more in the trunk. So this time what we're gonna do is, I already put the armrest thing there, the pins. I created a plug that goes under the seat, and this is connected to the amplifier, which is somewhere up there. And now what we need to do is create a ground cable that goes from the amplifier to the ground, which is also in that same position, and the fuse number 128 in this plug's Z2B, which is in the fuse box right here somewhere. Alright, so as usual, unplug the battery first. We are going to remove this just by one screw here, plastic. Shouldn't be that difficult, but you know, I always like to jinx myself, so let's see how this goes. Okay, so according to the diagram, we need to put a cable in one of these fuses here. Now the problem is that we don't have any. We have a ton of fuses here, but we don't have a plug, and that might be a problem. The fuse that we need to get to, it's 128, which is right here. You see here the screen means the navigation or CIC or something like that. Anyway, this is number 128, and in our diagram we have 128. It's number 5 on this side, so it's the 5th fuse over here. So we do have a fuse. We have a 5 amp. We have a 5 amp fuse right here. Now the problem is we don't have a plug, and without a plug, well, I don't know how we're gonna do this. So time to do some little bit more research. Okay, so temporarily what I've done is I found this plug from a random thing that I have lying there. So what I'm gonna do is just connect this in the fuse there on that thing, and eventually I'm gonna get an actual plug that goes in there, and maybe a nicer wiring or something. But for now, this will have to do. I'm going to join my red black cable into this and use this as a terminal for now, and we'll see what happens after that. Alright, so here we are. Now let's see if this works. What we need to do is put this on number 5 here. So we need to see here. It's gonna go right there. And we have it here. We have our plug coming on the other end. We're gonna just plug this in here. We see that it's in. I'm gonna tie that a little bit better, but I'm one-handed, so I'll do it from the other side. Okay. Alright, so we see that it's all the way into our plug. And now we just push it in. There we go. So technically this should work. So we're gonna just follow. I'm gonna tie it to the other loom of wires here. I'm just going to follow this one right here. That will follow this one, and then here where the module is. So as usual, we tried to hide this into the OEM wiring as much as we can. We passed it under this label and we're following the path. So under here everything seems all tight in there. Right, anyway, we'll tighten this up later. And now we have to do the last part, which is sending this here all the way up here. We need to remove again these pins. So what we need to do now is basically splice this ground cable with ours. We're gonna just splice it here and gonna put it in one of these terminals right here in the back. So we're gonna just splice it right here with with our ground cable that we have, which has one of these ground terminals that will go in this comb here. So yeah, let's do that, and then after that we'll go and splice our red with this one right here. We spliced our ground and we connected it into this comb, respecting the the spacing between them, and we are going to put, you see here it says we're gonna put back the cover, and we have also reconnected our ground here. Now we're gonna do the pin number 1 on this plug, which is the yellow and brown, that needs to be attached with our red and black that will go to the fuse box. Okay, so now we have everything connected. We have our fuse box, we have our ground. We just need to connect it back into the LT compensator, and after that we're done with this. I'm just gonna make this a little bit prettier because it looks like, yeah, exactly, it looks really bad. So I'm just gonna put some tape into this and just cover my tracks. So we received our parts today. We have this holder, the plug that will connect basically here, and we have our male pins that will go in here. So now it's just time to attach just this, and we have everything together for this 6NW retrofit. Now what we're gonna do is just gonna remove this thing here, just basically pull it from the bottom, and it just cracks right open. Just don't pull it too hard because you don't want it to crack. The adapter right here in this bracket, and we'll connect this to the armrest connector plug here, and also this one connect directly into this. So we pass the cable all the way going there and under the seat, coming on the side, and we're ready to put this together with the other harness all the way here, coming through here, and finally where our modulator LT thing lives, which is right there. You have to remove the back panel for the car here, and then we connect this to the phone, this to the aerial antenna, and then we have our plug, which will connect here. So now we're just gonna tidy this up and put everything back together. Okay, awesome. As is tradition here in Dorks and Bolts, we love our tape. Okay, so we have this and our antenna cable all in place. So now we grab our support here, and we have this cable on the side, just plug. We make room here with all these other cables, and we have these two holes here, one here and the holder here. So if we look at this, we need to slide these two in here, just light them up and click in place. All right, now that we have set everything back, everything is back to normal. It's the moment of truth. So we will see what happens. Oh. And there we go. It's charging. So we have a LED blue light here indicating that everything is good and the phone is charging. There are other two colors, red and orange. When it's red, it means that the charger is not working and maybe the phone is misaligned or is not fitting properly or something like that. But there's a connection. Maybe if you have a case, that could be also an issue. And the orange means that basically it's charging, but it's limited. So might be another weird condition like that. I'm so happy we have like wireless charging now. Also, I realized in my last video I forgot to show you for these two buttons here. Like, they are by default, when you start the car they will be on, but if you want to enable them, you press this button here and you have these lines, and then you have this indication right here on the NBT. And when you press the other one, you don't have anything saying here, but you have this menu that will show up where you have the frontal collision and the pedestrian warning that you can enable. Also, you can configure the frontal collision warning if you wanted to have it early, medium, or late. So yeah, forgot to show you that. Funny thing about this retrofit is that some people actually do the opposite. They take it out because they want the space on that tray, and I just wanted the wireless charger, which I think it's funny. There are other options. There are aftermarket, a Quai something charger. However, I prefer to go OEM, as you know, and just keep it like the car was supposed to be. Eventually, maybe I will change it to something else, but who knows. For now, this makes me happy. I want to thank every single one of you for checking out this video and all of our other videos. We have reached 55 subscribers. Wait, 54. Well, anyway, I am just thrilled that we have some people that are really liking the content that we're creating and putting in here, and we hope that it's helping you to put some things that you wanted to have in the car but you didn't have them at the time, or just want to experiment and play with it. For the next videos, I'm gonna try to finish installing the head-up display that I really want to see that working. I just haven't been able to find a dashboard yet, or a cluster, a digital cluster that I can put in there, or something with anything with a head-up display plug. But I'm on the lookout and it will come. But until then, I'll try to figure something else to do. So if you have any suggestions, put it on the comments. We'll try to do something about it. So until then, bye.